There are three things in life that are certain: death, taxes, and a new Ghostface Killah album every 6 to 12 months. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got another album review today, and today we're going to be talking about the newest album from one of the most popular and famed members of the Wu-Tang Clan. He just came out, dropped another one. We gonna holler at it. That's what we got to do. Talking about Ghostface Killah, 36 Seasons. Now, for those who aren't familiar with who Ghostface Killah is, I should go back to my Wu-Tang response and say, huh? But I'll give you a little bit of a background. He is a member of the Wu-Tang Clan, one of the most legendary hip-hop MCs of all time, who's still going and still doing it. He is probably one of the most consistent and most, I guess, visible members of the Wu-Tang Clan, because he's constantly dropping work. He's got classic albums under his belt, such as Iron Man and Supreme Clientele, and also very notable releases. One of my favorites was Fish Scale. He also had the Big Doe Rehab. He had Ghost Dini, the Wizard of Poetry. He's done a lot of shit. 12 Reasons to Die was his latest one with Adrian Young before this. So Ghostface Killah has dropped probably the most solo records out of all the members of the Wu-Tang Clan. He's always dropping something. It's like, he just not, I don't know how he keeps coming up with new shit to drop, but he's just constantly rifling out albums like they ain't nothing. So that's who Ghostface Killah is. Go listen to his shit if you've never heard of him. Now let's talk about this album, the new joint, 36 Seasons. Now 36 Seasons, just like the previous Ghostface album, is a concept album, but it's not the same story. If you listen to 12 Reasons to Die, that story was Ghostface was in this crime family, he got killed, and his ashes and his remains got put into 12 pieces of vinyl, and when they were played, just go back and listen to that shit and you'll know it. But this story here sets Tony Starks, or Ghostface's alter ego, Tony Starks. He has been gone from Staten Island, his home, for 9 years, and now he's back. Now, he's back, and when he gets back, he kind of realizes that shit's not the same, obviously, because it's been 9 years. He goes back. He was like the big guy in the hood. He was like, the dude. He was that dude. He leaves, and he comes back, and he realizes he ain't that dude no more, and now some other dude is that dude, and he don't like the fact that that dude is the dude, because he used to be the dude. See what I'm saying? And in between all that, his best friend, or like his partner in crime back then, had ended up becoming a cop, and now, but he's did it to get inside, to infiltrate the system, some shit, I don't know. And then, he's got to try to get back together with his girl who he left 9 years ago and came back and expects everything to just pick up from where it left off, but she was like, fuck that, I moved on. So he's got to deal with all that stuff in this entire album, and it's like, it plays like a movie. Now the cool thing about this album is, this album, just like I said, it plays like a movie, has characters. So Ghostface is a character, and they also have Kool G Rap, AZ. They are the two main characters also, and they're on several of the songs, and they're the two main protagonists. I think Kool G Rap plays the new guy who is kind of taking over the hood, and AZ plays Ghostface's ex-accomplice and friend who became a cop. And then there's also other MCs who come in. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but they all come in and play little small supporting roles to guide along the story. Pharoahe Monch makes an appearance as Dr. X for a certain part of the actual album. And basically it just plays through, what happens. I'm not going to give away the story because that's pretty much the whole album. The whole album is just a big concept, and it just guides through from song to song. And it's really a dope idea, and Ghostface has always had the creative, ability about him, and just making, he's a great storyteller, and this is just nothing but a big fucking story being told. And it's from start to finish, it's 14 tracks, but the whole thing, each track going from one to another, just guides the story along, and it's the beginning, middle, and end, and it's just a great story, and it sounds and it feels like a movie. The production on here is done by a group or a team, I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with them, but they're called The Revelations. They bring a real soulful, sample-based, old school vibe to the whole record, and it really feels cinematic. It feels like, it's guiding along the story of the movie, and the production on here fits perfectly well. It's not mind-blowing, but at the same time, it's not terrible. I had no problems with the production at all, but it wasn't amazingly over the top, but it did fit what it was supposed to do, and that was guided along this narrative that, Ghostface was trying to tell, and it fit perfectly. Now, The only drawbacks to this album and to this whole thing that I really, you know, could do without, even though I know in the context of the album it has its place. There's a part where the Revelations, or the singer from them, actually does I guess a cover of the song "A Thin Line Between Love and Hate," when they do an actual full cover of it. And in the context of the album, I understand why it is, but I really could do without it. I heard it once, and I only need to hear it once, so that's an automatic skip for me after that. Because I'm listening to a Ghostface album, so I want to hear Ghostface Killah. You know, but I do understand why it was there, but it's something that I would skip by. And there's also a couple other interludes, but, you know, where, you know, it's not Ghostface, but it kind of guides along the story. But that's the one particular one that really I could just do without. Everything else is fine and it fits with me, but that's the only thing. Other than that, though, this album is really, really dope. I liked it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed, you know, the fact that, you know, Ghostface came in and, you know, he portrayed this great story, and he brought in AZ and Kool G Rap to play these characters, and, you know, it seems like they were all on the same page. And I understand, you know, the whole beginning, you know, he really structured it very well and it was real thought out. And the cool thing I heard about is it only took him 11 days to make this album. So in 11 days, he was able to make an album or a record this good. Is amazing. And this tells a lot about Ghostface as an MC, and shows that after all these years, he still can put out quality work, and apparently in a very short amount of time. And, you know, for the most part, it's a dope album. Like, I don't really have any real gripes about it. Like, the songs from beginning to end, I can play the whole album because it's playing like a movie. So you kind of have to listen to the whole album. You can't kind of skip songs because then it kind of falls out of place. So you have to kind of listen to a playthrough. But as far as top 5 tracks, because I got to give you my top 5, I'd have to say the most top 5 tracks that I've heard, I have to read them off, were The Battlefield with Kool G Rap, AZ, and Trey Williams. Love Don't Live Here No More with Candace Springs. That's one of my favorites. I think that's the single too. And then it picks up The Dogs of War. I really like that record too, with Sean Wiggs and Kool G Rap. Emergency Procedure, that is like that's not one of my favorites, but I do like the concept of it, and I like how it fits. And that's the one with Pharoah Monch. It's not my top favorite, but it does, you know, tell the story, and it does kind of bring in it kind of turns the story a corner, and it, you know, kind of leads it into the next saga of the actual. It's kind of like the midway point of the album and the midway point of the story, where it kind of turns the corner. So that was a very smart thing that they did. But my other favorite was Double Cross with AZ. So yeah, those are my top 5. But the whole album, like I said, you have to listen to it front to back to really get the whole story. But as far as entertainment value for each song, those 5 were my most entertaining songs to listen to. But the whole album is dope. I really think you should check it out. Ghostface really never disappoints. This is not, I wouldn't say a classic Ghostface album, but it's a very good Ghostface album. It's probably one of his better ones that he's put out. And, you know, as long as he, you know, continues, you know, being creative and making these stories, he can continue to do albums like this forever, because, you know, it really doesn't fit a format of, you know, you have to make this song or this song, because he knows he has a certain direction and he can just tell the story and play his part, and that's all he has to do, and he can put out a great body of work. So for the most part, Ghostface Killah 36 Seasons is a dope album. I really enjoyed it. And hey, I mean, good job, Ghostface. Another one in the can, another good one, all right? So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Ghostface Killah 36 Seasons is an overall really dope album, pretty much a goddamn movie on wax. All I'm saying is that the production on here is very nice and fits well. Not over the top, but it is very good. I really love that soulful, you know, cinematic, you know, low-key sound, and it's here, and it fits Ghostface well. It's got that classic Wu-like feel, so, you know, he feels at home on the production. I like the fact that they have Kool G Rap on here and AZ, and they're playing these characters and they're playing their roles, and everybody else who comes in and plays their supporting role, it fits well. The story is believable, and it's an entertaining album to listen to. If you listen to every lyric and every rhyme front to back, it's just dope. And Ghostface, for 11 days of doing this, if that's true, did it in 11 days. God damn it, man, you did a good ass job in 11 days. I wish I could make an album like this in 11 days. Well, I've never tried, but I don't think I could do that. I think hey, clap to you. So all I gotta say is Ghostface Killah 36 Seasons is 100% for me, Granddad approved. Definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of Ghostface Killah. This is one you're going to like, probably one of the best albums of the year. Ghostface dropped a hot one, and nothing more to say. Go get it. 36 Seasons, Ghostface Killah, Wu-Tang Clan, and all that other shit. Flip it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Ghostface Killah 36 Seasons if you heard it. If you haven't heard it, go cop it. Go support them. Check it out. It's a great album. Great story. Great everything. Dope, dope, and dope. Alright? Previous videos on the side as well as my new single. Go and check those out. Show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen. Button below. Woolly Reviews. Twice a week. You know the deal. We gonna keep that going. We making moves. Probably. I don't know. But it seems like it. I'm gonna stop rambling. So until next time, I take my leave. Granddad. Ghostface Killah 36 Seasons. I'm out of here.